Okay, to start off with the collection, we're going to start off with the Pelican. So that first Pelican that Mega Bloks made, I wanted it so bad as a kid, but I couldn't afford it. And so I'm so happy that the Pelican inbound set that Mega Construx did is huge, it's massive. Price, for part ratio, I think is awesome. That's what I love about Mega. It's just the overall detail goes in, and then these are all printed pieces. All these printed pieces. There's no stickers, and I absolutely hate stickers in building sets. They've never really liked them. So yeah, 10 out of 10. And then we got the Razorback. I love the Razorback. It is one of my favorite new vehicles. It's, it reminds me of the Troop Hog from Halo 3 that they never brought back, and I really wish they would. But the detailing is insane. No stickers, and like I said, I love that. Mongoose, can't go wrong with little Mongoose. Just I have a couple of these. They're good. They're like troop packs, things like that. One thing I have to admit, I feel like for as big as the universe is for Halo, we don't have any water missions, and that's really disappointing because I love this little boat. This is just a little Mega Construx idea that is the second alternate build from the Warthog, and I absolutely am in love with it. I want to get more of these so I can build a beach landing scene like in Combat Evolved, that first mission where you land on the ring and then you land on the beach. It's definitely very nostalgic for a lot of people. And we got the Wasp. This is a newer Wasp. I kind of don't like the size of it. I do like the older version where it was based off the Halo 5 model, where it was definitely a lot bigger and it came with the Hunter, and that was really fun. But this one, really like the cockpit, comes out, things like that. The design on the propellers, whatever those are called, they're a lot more versatile, and I really like that. Going down, so this is one of my babies, the Elephant. I love the Elephant. I've had this collection since probably I was like 12, 13 years old. I've fought the dust as best I could. The dust just like grows on this thing, I swear. But it is, my dad got it for me when I was like maybe 12, 11 years old. It was like one of the bigger sets I've ever gotten, and I love it. Always been one of my favorite sets of all time. I somehow lost the little black mongoose it comes with, unfortunately, but I'm sure I'll find it one day on eBay. Behind him, we have my Rocket Hog from Halo Reach. I love the Rocket Hog. I think it's always been a really fun vehicle, and it's so diverse. I remember because of the physics in Halo Reach, if you shot too close to yourself, it would just freaking throw the thing all over the place. It was great. Behind that, I have a little, not necessarily like a civilian vehicle, but I do love vehicles like this where it's like it could be in a city or in a warehouse or something where it's not in combat, and it's just fun. I love it. It's just a cool little build. Okay, from there we have my Warthog, or part of my Warthog collection, and we have a Halo 4 Warthog, this Flame Warthog that I actually found in just like this box of random Mega Construx bricks and Halo bricks. And I was so happy to get that. The new Halo Infinite Warthog, that is like I said, the alternative build to the little water-based vehicle, and I absolutely love, the Warthog. It's always fun. This one was cool. This was like a beast of a Warthog. It's got all the armor on it, things like that. It can change to like a Rocket Hog at any given moment. And then this was the 10th anniversary Warthog, where it had Master Chief and Arbiter, and then it came with 2 Hunters, which was insane because every other set that Hunters come in, they are only coming one, so they finally listened for once. They have this, and I just love the look of it. It's such a fun set. Behind it, I got this actually in New York. I got 2 of these in New York one time with my brother. We were just going on a brother's trip, and I found this random toy store, and I saw 2 NMPD Troop Hogs, and I bought 2 of them. I can't go deal without that. And then, we got Ahsoka Tano, the little Mando guy. I love Mandalorian, so, you gotta throw that in. Okay, so now we have one of the crown jewels of my collection, the UNSC Infinity. I absolutely adore this set. It had been sitting in my collection in its box for maybe like a year or 2 because I just didn't have the space for it. From where we were before, and so now I have a little more space, even though I'm going to have to move soon again and I have to put this all back into storage. I absolutely love it. Next to that is my Troop Hog that I customized myself. I want to build more custom vehicles. I'm no master builder by any means, but this has been one of my favorite ones by far. Next to him, it's a vehicle, is some of these custom figures that I made. So I have pop and swap figures that I feel like those are like the first customizables that everyone did, where you just pop them and things like that, put a head on a different character, an armor piece, things like that. And then the first one I ever painted was this little medic, and next to them, these are all based off friends and family, and so they're all just kind of, symbolic to me and things like that. And yeah. right over here, we got this little vehicle that in Halo Reach, I forgot, I mean, they were just like a little farm truck. Basically, George would step in the back of the thing and just be killing coveys all the way, you know, all throughout Reach. Starting on the left side, I got all these mechs. These are from the original Halo Wars. This is from Halo Wars 2. Halo Wars 2, this was a little like firefighter mech. And in the back, we got the Mantis. I love the Mantis. That was one of my favorite vehicles from Halo 4. It's a giant mech. Who doesn't love a giant mech? It's always just fun killing coveys with it. Next to him, we have the Wasp. I prefer this Wasp over the other Wasp. Like I said, it was definitely a lot bigger, a lot funner. And I don't know, it's just a mean looking build. I like the dark green aspect. The metallic green on that Wasp looks a little too greeny for me. And over here, I have the original Banshee. This thing is so old. I swear, it's like one of the first sets I ever got, and it's clinging on to life. Next to him, I have the newer Banshee, which is from the Aerial Ambush remake, and so I just like having them together, just kind of seeing how far Mega Construx has come from their, you know, humble beginnings to the new and just beautiful way they build sets. Next to him is the Phantom Helios, and I freaking love this, Phaeton Helios. I love this set because in Halo 5 that thing destroyed. It was one of my favorite ones that Mega has done because it was such a fun build. I don't know what it was, but I remember one of those builds that I really enjoyed. And then just the printed pieces, like the detailing right there. It's just fun because I don't have to deal with stickers ever, you know? And then down over here, we got the, oh gosh, I can't remember, but at the end of Halo 4, I actually found this in like just a tub of parts, and it was in its own box. The box was open. Somehow, it was missing one piece, somehow, in just this yard sale that I found it at, which was insane. I'm so lucky I got that. Next to him, I have the first set I ever got collecting Mega Bloks. And this has been such, you know, so close to me, so you know, memorable and just nostalgia filled. It comes with the original Hayabusa, original Red Spartan, and just, you know, it's one of my funnest little builds. Over here we have Wraith. I love the Wraith. I don't know how I lost this front part. It's just like boom, disappeared. It was there one day and then it wasn't. And so yeah, so I really like the look of it. I like the detailing. I like the ball joints and things like that. You know 360 everything, and just overall, it's a fun build. This one is a Brute Prowler, one of the original Mega Bloks sets. I actually had one and it got destroyed by one of my little cousins. I don't know how they got to it, but they like destroyed it. And not like it broke apart and you can just rebuild it. No, like they broke this and some of these pieces were snapped in half, and I never got a new one. And then it wasn't until like last year I found this for I think like $20 on eBay complete. I kissed the ground where this seller came from because this was amazing. So such a nostalgia build, and I love it, you know. Okay, we have the anti-air gun, which from Halo Reach, which I think is so fun because I've been able to build little dioramas around it, have the figures inside of it. That's been such a fun build. It's been one of my like first kind of set pieces that I had. So for me, it was always an integral part into any of my dioramas growing up as a kid. And behind that, we got the Needle Barber. This thing, I love this thing. It is insane. Like these new things that Mega Construx has been doing with the energy sword and these new like feasible weapons where you can hold. I love this thing. Is I love it. I love it. So over here we have a bunch of my parts and things like that, and my little Halo Infinite ring, and then I use this toothbrush to clean up. Toothbrush is actually really good with dust, so if you ever need that, yeah, just go for it. And then I use this for assault rifles, all assault rifles, carbines, battle rifles, things like that. I'll just if they don't have like a paint coloring or nothing, I just keep them here. Below that is submachine guns, spikers, things like that. Close-up weapons, so you got gravity hammers, shotguns, energy swords. Who doesn't love energy swords? I think that's like one of the most iconic things in. I prefer the older Mega Bloks energy swords. They're a lot thicker than these new ones, but that's just me. We got sniper rifles, shock rifles, all that fun stuff. Turrets, explosives, so rocket launchers, grenade launchers, Spartan lasers, some pistols, grenades, all those fun stuff, and then just some generic shields and just random things down there. And then we got just parts. These are more like details, things like that. flags, these just UNSC flags, things like that. Ladders, these not fences, just these bottom parts, things like that. These are little detail parts, and like some of the sticker sheets I'll keep on the side, so if I want to use it for mock or something, things like that. These little cool pillar parts that Mega does. More pieces over here, and then the knife. Right, it's the knives that everyone like use, in everyone's collection. There's a knife, is what I meant to say, like that you use to open up. You got helmets, little Master Chief built-up helmet that I really like. These were gifts. Actually, I just found this. I thought it was funny. It was a little Minecraft pig. I love Halloween, so that's something I keep. Riley from Call of Duty goes, I wish they'd bring back the Call of Duty line. I'm definitely more of a Halo fan, but some of the Call of Duty sets were just awesome. I wish they'd bring them back. A little Azteca guy. All my family's from Guadalajara, Jalisco, so I just like it. And that was a gift from my wife, a gift when I went to visit a friend in LA, and then the little Forward Unto Dawn mini build. And just more parts, things like that. Down here we have a base I built that I'm going to do a whole video on, so we won't focus too much on that. But over here we got some of the big boys. We got the Prophets, the Shipmaster, the older version and the newer version of the Elite Honor Guards. Next to him is he's supposed to be a banished elite, but I freaking love the look of it. I think it's so fun, and his energy sword is really cool. We got Atriox, the new baddie for Halo Infinite, and just all of his right-hand man and things like that, and the Shipmasters and all this fun stuff. And then over here we got the Xbox. Obviously, I'm a console kind of guy. I don't have a $3,000 gaming computer, so I'll stick to playing Halo Infinite on my console. And then we got Swords of Ascending Helios, my favorite thing that Halo 5 created. One of my favorite things Halo 5 created was the Sword of Ascending Helios. I think it's such a cool concept. The group of Ascending Helios that follow the Arbiter and finally finish the Covenant off in Halo 5. We have some of my really rare figures, things like that. We'll start from the top. I got Yap the Destroyer and the Grunt Mule, or Victor the Grunt as the community loves to call it. A messed up Marines thing that I just really like. Is a little mess up. It's supposed to be like that, but that doesn't work that way. And then we have all the Hayabusas. And so we got red Hayabusa, yellow, pink, orange, white, and blue. And I adore this collection. Having this fully completed has been so awesome. Below them, we have that 10th anniversary, that they did, which was super rare. Sergeant Johnson, Cortana, Arbiter, Chief from Halo 3. I adore them. This is another really rare figure set where it was a Target exclusive that I think it was like Oni Operative or like Black Ops something. It was like Covert Ops. Super hard to get, Target exclusive. Below them we have all of ODST. We got the rookie, Buck. Oh gosh, I think that's Dutch and Dare, Romeo. And so all of them, I'm messing their names up, but I finally completed him when I was able to get him, so that's super awesome. Some of the first active camo figures I've ever gotten in my life. This was a gift from a friend, and this was one of the first active camos. The teal Spartan that I know is pretty rare, from I think it was San Diego Comic-Con or something like that. They gave it out. The Recon that came with the elephant. And then below them, we got all of the squad from Halo Reach, which I found this in actually a collector toy store. This Noble 6, and super insane. It was out in Denver, and I was so lucky to get it. We got the Halo 4 cast, basically my favorite. The Chief, Arbiter, Cortana, and then Lasky. I love Lasky, things like that. Below them are just some other figures I really like. This ODSD camo guy I think is really fun. Flame, George looking armor guy. This weird jelly active camo thing that they were making. This was one of the first EVA figures I ever got, and this was the first female figure. I mean, it's supposed to be Cat, but this is Cat basically. So the first female real figure I got, sort of St. Helios style, Arbiter style armor, which I really like. The soldier armor I really like, Athlon armor I really like, and then this new Mark armor that they made in Halo Infinite I really love. Over here we have some cigar boxes, and don't worry, it's not cigars, it's some duplicate named figures. So we got a bunch of Master Chiefs, extra Emils, George, things like that, lots of extra Arbiters, lots, some extra Laskies, things like that. Little just cool box I got at a yard or swap me one time. And then I have this tea box that I actually use for the weapons that are colorful. So the weapons that have extra designs on them, extra paint coating, things like that, I use this little tea box for, which I absolutely love. It fits perfectly. They're in bags because I'm going to be moving soon, so started working on that. Okay, so over here we have the figure area, obviously. Every part of the Mega Construx collection is obviously having the figures. We have some of the AIs. And then we have the Spartan Ops team, which as much as repetitive as Spartan Ops was, I loved just the cutscenes. I thought it was awesome. And then in front of them over here, we have Halo 5/4 style of blue team, which I think is really cool. Things like that. Captain Cutter, Halo Wars. We got red team, original Spartan 2s, some of the only ones that remain anyways in the extended universe. We got Spartan Palmer, which I like this darker gray version over the white version. And then we have this Sergeant Johnson from that really, really sought after troop pack of like all those just name figures and things like that. Behind them we have the Keys family, and then just the, oh gosh, what's his name? The bad guy from Halo 4. He's just back there in the whole little scene from Halo 4 they made. Over here we got Mr. Chiff from I think I know where the meme comes from, but I just think it's hilarious that they use a little Hot Wheel figure guy that they make for making. Gosh, it's so stupid looking. We have this little exosuit they made, which kind of cool. Reminds me of like a firefighter or something. It's a little yellow guy back here. And then we have Fire Team Osiris, which I really like a lot. I know Halo 5, for as much crap as it gets, I get it. The storyline wasn't that good. I love Fire Team Osiris. I think it's a cool concept. I really like Locke. I just wish they were a little more fleshed out. Hopefully they get to be fleshed out. Behind them to the side, we have the mech from that when freaking weebs drank gamer fuel and made Halo into anime. In that Be Human little short. I thought it was super awesome. I love that. Over here we have some of the gold figures from once again, from the pack, the super sought out pack that unfortunately, because of scalpers and just because of distribution, it was so difficult for people to get. But we got Chief, Katana, Arbiter, Locke, Atriox. Behind them we got the little Chief section. We got the buildable Master Chief, which I love. This buildable Master Chief, it's one of my favorite, just kind of just like big figure builds they do. And then we have a whole row of Chiefs starting from, or ending with Infinite, and then all the way down to Combat Evolved. Love it. 2 Cortanas in the back. Fernando Esparza is a name now. He's not just the pilot. Spoilers. Hopefully you've all played Halo Infinite by now. Part of Blue Team. By the time this is going to come out, I'll hopefully have Linda in the team, but she's not released yet. And then I have this Dr. Halsey key card that I got from the Halo Reach what's her book that came out if you got it pre-order, which is super fun. A bunch of little Spark guys. Over here we have my Spartan collection, and although it's not just all Spartans because I have some of the OG figures at the bottom line, and I love the way I was able to build. I can't really show it in the video, but I have like a bunch of old Dragon base plates that I use to build up the base, and then just different bricks in the back. But down here we have some of the original Spartans, and I think I have, obviously they made a lot of colors, but I like just the little rainbow I have of all the different colors they made, things like that. Just OG figures, this Engineer, which I know is really hard to come by, and things like that, and the red versus blue, just some of my favorites. Some of our ODSTs, which you can never have enough of. I love the ODSTs, things like that. And just the whole Spartans in general. These are kind of, I would say the backbone of like the Halo franchise. You see a Spartan, you instantly think of Halo and things like that. Coming down here, we have my Elites. I love the Elites. They're some of my favorite, things in Halo. Obviously, I know we'll never get playable Elites again, but I really wish we could because I always loved playing as the Elites. They're one of my favorites. And yeah, it's just, oh gosh, super fun. There's just so much nostalgia behind it. Just so many memories growing up with these guys. Next to the Elites, though, we got the Hunters. Crappy thing is you can almost never get Hunters in a set together because they always sell them separately. I mean, I know why, so that way you go out and buy the set again. Makes sense. But it's like, come on. I've been lucky enough to get 2 purple Hunters, 2 blue Hunters, 2 red Hunters, and 2 silver Hunters. So most of my Hunters have a little pair, which is awesome, so I can use it for any diorama. Behind them, we have the one from the Pelican Inbounds, I think, and then the other one, I think, is from the Wasp. Yeah, love the Hunters. They're always awesome. Drones. The drones, I have plenty more of, and I think they're so fun. They're just little bugs that just would bug you, in Halo 3. No pun intended, but they're super fun. Behind them, they've got the Banished mech, which I love the mech. I love when Construx does things that isn't just in the Halo canon. They just go out and create their own things. Not, obviously this is, in Halo Wars 2, but, not too many people played Halo Wars 2, so I feel like to a lot of people it's something unique. Next to them, we got the Brutes, we got the Chieftains, we got Banished, we got this really rare Halo 3 Brute that was in the 10th anniversary line of Halo Heroes that I know was really sought after. I was fortunate enough to be able to get the whole line, just found it at Walmart, except for Cortana. But anyway, I digress. We got the Grunts, and the second iteration of grunts, and then the first style of grunts. I love these little guys. These little guys are my favorite. I know that these newer grunts are awesome, but I don't know. I love having these little ones. There's just so much nostalgia behind it. And then we got the jackals and skirmishers and more grunts and things like that. But that's my Covenant section. Down here, I don't have them as nicely organized. I don't have really enough of those pieces to really justify putting up a full-on, stairs display. But I have a bunch of my Marines. In the back, we have a bunch of Halo Infinite Marines, which I love the way they look, and I like this figure. I think the domain said that this was basically Mega Construx made a Call of Duty figure into Halo, because it's just it's got the ODST helmet, and then it looks like it's a Call of Duty figure from the rest. We got Roland, a bunch of the little jelly figures, things like that, Marines, these ODSTs. I love these ODSTs. I know they didn't come out in the same pack, but I put them all into the same pack, things like that. And then my New Mombasa Police Department figures, which can't go wrong with that, Who doesn't love New Mombasa? I wish we had more New Mombasa sets. Hey, Halo Infinite, it's got a map in New Mombasa, so why not? Below them, we have a bunch of the just kind of duplicate things like that. Not too crazy, some set pieces. These are really dusty, but I usually dust them off if I'm going to use them for a diorama. Okay, starting on the top, we have some of the security line that they did. I really like the security line that Mega Construx did. It was like, I don't know, it was just their own little headcanon thing, and the security warthog. In my head, it was like a security unit or like private military contractors you could hire in the Halo universe. I mean, I would imagine with how militaristic the UNSC was, that it wouldn't surprise me that you can get contractors, things like that. We got this little cryopod that I have no idea where I found. I just kind of found it, and I was like, cool, this is coming in my collection. Yeah, down here we have the Flood Prometheans. I wish they would make more Flood, especially in the new articulation. I know for a fact they're going to be coming, especially with how many votes it got in that last little election we got for the new figure we wanted. But for now, I don't have a big collection. I want to expand as much as I can when it comes to these guys, but I love the Flood and the Prometheans, the little doggies, the little Promethean guys. Can't go wrong with that. Below them, we have the Arctic Wolverine. I think this is an OG set. I love this set. This is one of my first sets that I ever got, and the springs don't really work. It's just been over 10 years, of them being, I pushed them down and let them locked for 10 years, but, still working pretty good. It's overall just really fun. Below him, I love the Grunt Goblin. Goblin mech, whatever. I freaking love this set. It's one of my favorite things that Halo 5 created was this in Warzone. Fighting this in Warzone was always fun, and because you never knew what the final boss fight was going to be in the final setting, so being able to fight him was always a blast. Below him we have the Wraith, and the Wraith is the old school OG Wraith that I really love, and it's been in my collection I think as long as the Hornet has, and so it's definitely been, for sure, a lot of nostalgia, things like that. I remember I was building it, and I think my cat ran through it one day. Just random story, I just remembered. Below that, we have the Hannibal Mantis, and I love the Hannibal Mantis. This was such a fun vehicle in Halo 5 and things like that. And then the colors, this light blue coloring that they do, I think it was just, I don't know, it was just beautiful. It was just awesome, things like that. And below that, we have the final little thing. The little watchtower with the Hornet. It's a little dusty. It was at the very bottom of the shelf. So, like I said, man, I try to keep them clean, but that dust just did not work on my favor. So over here we have this Spartan that I got in, actually when I was out on my bachelor party, when we went to Denver, we went to a random swap meet and I found it and I thought it was super fun. Behind that is the little Halsey book and these little Mega Construx construction buildable things. You know, listen, Mega Construx, if you're watching, just build other things besides Halo. As much as I love Halo, we want some bigger, things to build a city, things like that. I got all the extra pieces, things like that. Obviously every collection has their piece departments that they use to build mocks and things like that. And so it goes all the way down there, flat pieces. Over here I really like, I got all the little display pieces that they use to help display stuff like that. And then I'm really happy how many I have of these. We got sandbags. Every mock needs sandbags. This one, it seems like everybody uses it. We got all a bunch of like guards and guards, defensive things. These little pods that they made with the little battle packs, or little things like that. And then a bunch of crates, a whole bunch of crates. I have so many of these. I use these in dioramas, Covenant crates, Spartan crates, this little Call of Duty thing. Love that. And then here are the duplicate figures. So what we've seen so far is, so these are duplicate new age figures. These are duplicate Covenant, you know, bad guys. These are duplicate old school figures, old articulation of the UNSC, and duplicate back here is old Covenant, things like that. So I got 4 Ziploc bags full of these duplicated figures, lots of things. Then we got all these pieces. I love these pieces. They're some of my favorite pieces for mock building, things like that, and for, you know, building dioramas and a whole bunch of these. My goodness. So then you put them up together, things like that. Got a bunch of the bricks. Now that's the thing I love about making Construx so much, is just someone coined it like marbling the bricks, where there's extra little things inside of that. You might not see it on camera, but that's okay. Got a whole bunch of 2x4 bricks, a bunch of other things like that. Some base plates, some miscellaneous figures, and then, or parts. And then we have, you know, the place where you know you could probably sort most of these out, but you don't want to. Just the random stuff you can't find a place for. That just goes in there. Alright. Now here are the rest of my vehicles. We got Ghosts, Banshees, things like that. This New Mombasa Police Department Hornet, which I love. I love this set, things like that. I got the OG Hornet with a bunch of these extra pieces, which I plan on making some sort of diorama or some kind of mock with, because, you know, it's really cool, you know, for essentially a base plate, things like that. This was in a gift that a friend gave to me a long time ago. Love that. Alright. Now coming down to here, we got a bunch of my mongooses. This I'm really happy I got. Original mongoose from the first set. I don't have the turret that the Covenant guy was using, but I have the original little mongoose, and I love it so much. We got these, I forgot what the heck these things are called, but they're from Halo Wars 2, but they're fun little builds, things like that. The alternate build from the Razor, or part of it, from the Razorback, the little turn, things like that. This is essentially the banished section. Banished ghosts, banished turrets, things like that. Banished Banshees, turret, which I really like. And then this is sad because it never came out in the game. I think it was called the Skiff or something. What was it called? I don't remember what it was called, but it never came out in the game. And I was so excited for this vehicle when it came out in Mega Construx. But, you know, we haven't made Construx. And then down here, we have one of my favorite sets, the UNSC Scorpion. This is the first tank I ever got, and it's pretty much the only UNSC tank I have. But I love this thing so much. It's just so much nostalgia and so much. I've had it for such a long time. It's such a big, freaking awesome thing. I learned that I think it was a Kodiak. Apparently, this guy is super rare. I didn't realize how rare it was, but I was fortunate to have one of these, and the energy sword. But behind it is kind of another crown jewel in my collection. Is the Saber, the launch sight, or whatever it was called. This is such a massive set. I love this set so much. It was huge. It was a base. I wish I could have bought 2 as a kid growing up, because there's just so many useful pieces to make dioramas and make bases and things like that. And so yeah, it's one sexy piece. Below that, we got a bunch of the battlescapes and just some miscellaneous stuff, a closed off box and things like that, some mock I was building. But I know these are for some people hate them. I love them. I adore them. And I just don't have the Arctic one, unfortunately. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. This was a lot of fun to make. Shout out to my friend Isaac. I'll put down on social media, things like that. He's an awesome filmmaker. He helped me so much making this project, and I just wanted to share my room tour before I have to tear it down and move to California. Anyway, thanks for watching. Nerd Nunez signing out.